Get ready for the biggest stories in motorsport. Oscar Piastri is breaking down what truly sets Lewis Hamilton apart from the all-time greats. He argues that it's not just the statistics, but Hamilton's clean racing and his massive social advocacy that truly define his legacy in Formula One. We dive into the details of this groundbreaking perspective and what it means for the sport.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we hear some seriously tough advice coming from the racing world. Former driver Ralf Schumacher is urging Lewis Hamilton to vacate his cockpit and retire from Formula One, suggesting it is time for both Hamilton and Fernando Alonso to give a chance to the next generation of drivers. Find out the full reasoning behind this controversial call for retirement. We look at the ongoing technical battle in the paddock as Lewis Hamilton faces a crucial review of his recent private tire test for Pirelli. This test at Fiorano is vital for shaping the future of wet weather racing, and we examine what Pirelli is doing next to validate the driver's feedback across different circuits. And finally, we uncover the deep technical challenges facing Pirelli as they try to design wet weather tires that can perform consistently everywhere. We explore how Lewis Hamilton's experience is influencing development, and why this data is critical for safety and performance in the increasingly demanding world of Formula One. Stay with us for the full breakdown. McLaren driver Oscar Piastri has offered a nuanced perspective on what distinguishes Lewis Hamilton from other all-time Formula One greats, arguing that Hamilton's legacy extends beyond his statistical achievements. Speaking to Sky Sports reporter Rachel Brooks, Piastri contended that Hamilton's clean racing style and significant social advocacy are key differentiators. Piastri stated that, while the sheer volume of wins and championships is impressive, the manner in which Hamilton competes and his broader influence on the world are equally significant aspects of his career. Piastri highlighted Hamilton's on-track conduct and his off-track contributions as qualities that not every champion possesses. He remarked, "I think that is definitely something Lewis has that maybe not every driver in that category does." Piastri, who grew up during the era of Michael Schumacher's dominance and holds deep respect for drivers like Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, noted that this breadth of perspective is notable given his relatively short tenure in Formula One. Hamilton currently holds records for most wins, pole positions, and podium finishes, sharing the 7 World Championship record with Schumacher. Piastri's comments carry added weight as he continues to race against Hamilton. The praise comes at a time when Hamilton is navigating his tenure at Ferrari, having secured his first podium for the team at the Chinese Grand Prix. Hamilton described the race as enjoyable, praising his wheel-to-wheel battle with Charles Leclerc. Piastri also looked toward the future, suggesting that Max Verstappen will ultimately be regarded as one of the all-time greats. Piastri's assessment reflects a mature view of the sport, emphasizing that Hamilton's conduct and societal impact may ultimately define his place in F1 history. Former Formula One driver Ralf Schumacher has delivered a stark recommendation for Lewis Hamilton to retire from the sport, suggesting that Ferrari should pivot its focus to partner Oliver Bearman with Charles Leclerc. The advice comes amid ongoing speculation regarding the future of the Ferrari team. Hamilton's recent performance has been mixed, marked by a lack of Grand Prix victories since the British Grand Prix 2 seasons ago and a difficult debut year with the Scuderia, where he failed to secure a season podium. This struggle was reportedly compounded by issues with the SF25 car, which allowed Leclerc to achieve significant success, including 7 podiums and a pole position. Despite these challenges, 2026 has shown some positive signs for Hamilton, notably securing his first top-3 finish in red at the Shanghai Grand Prix, finishing second in a close battle with Leclerc. However, his form has dipped in subsequent races, including the Japanese and Miami Grands Prix, where he finished behind Leclerc, with the latter finishing ahead after Hamilton incurred a 20-second post-race penalty. Schumacher, a Sky Sports Germany pundit, while acknowledging that Hamilton is in a stronger position this year compared to the previous season, strongly advocated for his retirement. Schumacher, alongside fellow veteran Fernando Alonso, believes it is time for both drivers to step aside to make way for younger talent. Hamilton is in a better position again this year, Schumacher stated, but added, but over the course of the season, he won't stand a chance against Leclerc. It's time to retire. And I have to say the same about Fernando Alonso. Hamilton and Alonso have had a wonderful time in Formula One, but now it's time for both of them to vacate their cockpits at the end of the year and give young people a chance. Schumacher further argued that Oliver Behrman, who has spent 4 years in the Ferrari Academy and is currently performing well with Haas, represents a more formidable challenge for Leclerc. I also believe that, if he gets the chance, he'll even pose a challenge to Charles Leclerc. I'm pretty sure of that, so I'd say he's actually better. Behrman is highly regarded by the Scuderia and is seen as a deserving prospect. However, the uncertainty surrounding Hamilton's potential to reclaim his former dominance, if given a chance, adds complexity to the team's dilemma regarding the future of their top driver. In a recent assessment, Hamilton was described as being far off his best while simultaneously being deemed not completely useless. This evaluation comes from GP Blog, offering a nuanced perspective on the driver's current performance level. Lewis Hamilton's recent private tire testing for Pirelli at the Ferrari Fiorano circuit is set to be a pivotal step in refining the future of wet-weather Formula One racing. The Italian manufacturer is preparing a crucial follow-up evaluation to validate the feedback provided by the Ferrari driver, addressing growing concerns about the usability and competitiveness of wet-weather compounds. During a recent break, Hamilton spent 2 days testing experimental intermediate and full wet tires at Fiorano as part of Pirelli's development program for the 2026 season. These sessions were vital as opportunities to test wet tires outside of race weekends are severely limited in modern Formula One, where drivers often switch to intermediates due to concerns over visibility and overheating. Pirelli is under intense pressure to enhance the performance of its wet weather compounds ahead of stricter future regulations. Mario Isola, Pirelli's head of motorsport, confirmed that the data gathered by Hamilton at Fiorano will be cross-checked during another wet weather tire test, scheduled for mid-May at Magny-Cours in France. This second test is strategically important because Magny-Cours offers distinct circuit characteristics compared to Fiorano, allowing Pirelli to verify if the solutions tested at the former facility translate to different track profiles. Pirelli reportedly tested various tire prototypes at Fiorano, focusing on tread patterns and construction aimed at improving water evacuation. However, Isola stressed that the results must be verified on different circuits because factors like asphalt roughness, corner profiles, and water drainage vary significantly, making direct application of Fiorano data challenging. Isola emphasized that this additional testing is not questioning Hamilton's technical feedback, describing him as one of Formula One's most reliable development drivers. However, he acknowledged the immense difficulty in designing wet tires that perform consistently across every circuit type. The challenge is compounded by the scarcity of real-world wet testing opportunities. Unlike dry compounds, intermediate and wet tires receive limited development mileage. This difficulty was underscored by a recent setback when a planned Bahrain tire test in March was cancelled due to escalating military tensions, removing a critical opportunity to gather data from a circuit known for severe tire stress. The importance of Hamilton's involvement also reflects broader safety concerns. Drivers like Hamilton and Leclerc have repeatedly highlighted issues with spray visibility and tire overheating, as cars generate more aggressive aerodynamic wake turbulence in wet conditions, forcing race control into cautious measures. Ultimately, Pirelli's goal extends beyond simply creating a faster tire. They must develop compounds that operate safely and predictably across diverse circuits. Hamilton's continued technical contribution to both Ferrari and Pirelli is seen as highly valuable, as the data from these tests is expected to significantly influence future tire designs and race management strategies in extreme weather conditions.